Nope.
All right, this is Dr. Jeffrey Lant here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Not quite as much as the refrigerator that it's been the last few days. I'm co-founder. I am the CEO and the chief nudge and bottle washer around here. And today is a nudge program if ever there was. If you don't know what a nudge is and why you need one in your life, you're going to know by the end of this program. This is Anything Goes. It's presented by Worldprofit at www.worldprofit.com, WORLDPROFIT.com. It takes place every single day, 1 p.m. Eastern, right in this space, and we let you have it. This is the place where you get high in the face about doing it right. My distinguished, better late than never, but better never late colleague is Mr. Gary Smith from Aylesford, Nova Scotia. Sir, we're all waiting tenterhooks for your arrival, sir. Is there anything we could do for you, sir, before you begin your remarks?
No, I think everything is under control now.
You think that? He's crazy. Things are never under control around here. All right. What we're going to do here is, first of all, we're going to read an article. Gary's going to find one article for us and read it. It's going to be on closing sales. So if you've had a look in the jeffreylantarticles.com folder, we're going to talk about closing sales. And we're going to talk about 3 letters of the alphabet that stand between you and money, A, B, C. What do I mean by that? We're going to dedicate today's program to Jose, Ani, David, Valdemar, George, Ivan, Kevin, and to 100 people in the rafters who are looking down at us who are not making money. Listen to me, folks. If at the end of this program you do not understand what Worldprofit can do, then I'm not worth my salt. And by God, I am worth that salt. And they were a little pepper and cinnamon, too. Gary, we are going to tell these people, we're going to show them, we're going to dance up and down for them so that they finally take the step that they should have taken months ago. People, you don't make any money sitting on the sidelines, and today I'm going to make it so easy for you to come in. I'm going to give you a spectacular offer. Do you want to say anything to these people? Just in my fingers, I just feel like I'm ready to shake, rattle, and roll.
No, that's the way we've been taught is you have to entertain your customers and then sell them.
Absolutely. I'm going to start today off with 2 pieces of news. One that should never have happened. So my members know I spend a lot of time on the other side of the meridian in the middle of the night writing away. A terrible thing happened during the middle of the night. I heard a monitor saying, come back in a week. It's okay. You don't need to do it now. Well, I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't restrain myself. I came up to the top. I resurfaced like the Nautilus, like Poseidon. And I said, what the friggin' thing are you saying, boy? He might as well have sworn a blue streak. Rather hear the very vulgarity, which is, oh, come back whenever you like. Come back in a week. And he said the fatal words, come back in a week. Come back in 2. Oh, I think he must have sensed rather than felt the hand around his coat. I said, excuse me? Did you make the man an offer? Well, no. Well, why did you tell him to come back? Well, he said he didn't have any money. They all say they don't have any money. Have we been in this place where there was a single person who in this space who didn't say, I don't have money? It's the knee-jerk reaction. If you said, do you have any ketchup? You want fries with that? I don't have any money. You want an apple pie? I don't have any money. We had a situation last night where the typical man swore up and down a stack of Bibles, I don't have $99. And then within 5 minutes, he bought a silver package. Let's get something really straight. Buyers are liars. Everyone in the sales business knows this algorithm from years ago. Let me say it again. Buyers are liars. They tell you what they think you want to hear or what they think they ought to say or anything but the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Truth is a random commodity up here, particularly in the night when they think I'm not around. You know that old expression where the cat's away? The cat's never away. Haven't you figured it out? I have a special electric wire that attaches to each one of you. You can't see it, but Max plugged it in the night. Gary, can you believe that a person who knows you would say, oh, come back in a week, come back in 2, back with on the 12th of never, or whenever you damn well feel like it. What is that? Does it make your blood boil? Makes my blood boil.
I have fallen into that trap before. And I have learned my lesson.
I feel like I have to be Papa. I never in a million years thought that coming out of I'm young enough. I want my own Papa. I want a billionaire. Any wayward billionaires want a smart, alecky, Harvard-educated son. I'm here. I'm your man. I never planned to be the patriarch of this organization. I have to protect my liberals from burning down the house and say, it's okay. It was one of my favorite residents. It's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay when you're in a room with a person who could make the purchase and you don't make the offer. And so I said to this forever nameless monitor, I said, did you make him the offer? Well, no, I didn't. And I said, did you think? Well, no, I didn't think of it either. So what the hell are you doing? You're working for the enemy? You've gone over to the other side? You've gone out to Satan's team? Every person who comes in this live business center will get the offer. Do y'all understand that? I want to see a train of yeses. Every person who comes into this live business center gets the offer. Everyone read to them in English, in capital letters, with excitement. Well, what do you think about that, Mr. Gary?
That was a lesson that was learned very early on.
And here's
yes, they all lie. They're all...
They're all, it used to be, Gary and I talked about this yesterday, it used to be that sex was the forbidden topic. Now it's money. I don't have any. I never saw any. I don't even know what it looks like. I'd surely be your friend if you feed me now for the next 6 years or so. I'll do it, sir. I'll do it after 6 years. Buyers, we have a whole line of them, are liars. I don't care what they say. I don't care how they say it. I don't know when they say it. I don't care if it's peaches and cream. They're a lie. Why do they lie? Because they're afraid. They're afraid to take it in. And in the meantime, they use their one crumb of energy, which is a negative energy, to block their own prosperity. If you do not make them the offer, they are the losers, and we are the losers, and everybody is the loser altogether. And I am not a loser. I want everyone in this room, I want you to write on the screen, I am not a loser. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I am not a loser. Write it on the screen, babies. Come on, children. I want to see it. I want to see your name next to that. You, no, not you. I, Anthony Slade, am not a loser. Not you. I am not. I am not my own loser. You, change that. There you go. Now, do we all agree on this point? That they're better off inside the fence than outside on the prairie? Do we all agree with that, Mr. Smythe? Do we agree that members of the Worldprofit community of over 20 years of standing and millions of members, that they're better off within than facing the elements without? Is that true?
It's so very true. I mean, everything that they acquire is sitting right here for one payment. It just doesn't make sense to go anywhere else.
Now, this person yesterday, I asked him, I quizzed him, I couldn't have been any closer to him than J. Edgar Hoover. I was like the FBI and the CIA all wrapped up together. And I said to the person, the delinquent in question, I said, well, why didn't you make the offer? I know, I'm supposed to. It was like Goldilocks confronts the big bad wolf. Here I am, at 165 pounds, weighing in as the big bad wolf. Here I am, folks. Throw a pie at me if you dare. Why didn't you make the offer? I said, well, he told me he didn't have money. They all say that. If they were sitting in a treasury wagon with a million doubloons in the back seat, they'd tell you that they never have any money. Is that true, Mr. Gary? Do they lie, and lie some more?
Yes, they do.
And what is the correct response when they say, oh, I've never seen a nickel, sir. Please, sir. What do they do? What I call the Oliver Twist. You remember Oliver Twist? One of Dickens' great characters. He was a boy who was sentenced to the workhouse, and he got hungry. He keeps going up, please, sir, can I have some more? Can I have some more? Because he didn't have any money either. At least with Oliver Twist, I believe him. Although you never know, that Artful Dodger, he could have pulled some pranks for sure. So, Gary, what should you do when the person says, I don't have any money?
Just sit back
Here
and
comes the
listen
crux.
to the offer.
You make the offer, whether they say up, whether they say down, whether they say in, whether they say out. Do we understand this? If I ever, and I mean ever, see one of you say, oh, it doesn't matter. Dr. Lent's just a tyrant. He just wants to put money in my pocket, that's all. I am the major reason why people in this company make money. You know why? Because I'm a nudge. Nudges have high standards. Right? Have you noticed me in operation, Mr. Gary, after all these years? Have you noticed what I do? I'm like the mobile piranha. I'm looking out for ABC.
Yes, that's for sure. The fact that a lot of us dealers have dealers is because of the nudge. For sure.
The nudge says, you want money? Friggin' do these things and you'll get money. Want to be loved by a dog. You know, yesterday, it was one of our more, I love you all, and you're all so sweet and cuddly. It drives me crazy. So we had one of our more sweet and cuddly monitors up there last night, and he was just saying, it's okay if you don't have anybody. You can come back whenever you want, and I'll be your friend, and I'll keep a place at the table. Just you're like, shut up! I felt the electric tape and putting it over there by his mouth. Shut up! Now, friends, are we ever going to make a mistake again of letting a prospect go by witut A, B, C, always be closing? Are we ever going to do that, Mr. Gary? Miss Elsie, are we ever going to let it happen? Always be closing. Miss Patrice Porter. You see, the thing is, you guys are you're also genteel. If I ever had a tea party, I'd be sure to invite you all. You know which cup to use. You know what sugar to use. But in terms of getting together to pay for the tea, forget it. Bad. So, Gary, what do you think I did with this monitor, this so-called monitor of the people who was there giving away my money, your money, his money? What do you think I did with that puppy?
All I can say is, having been on receiving it, but I can imagine. And I'm sure that his tail feathers are still a little bruised.
They're singed, baby. I set a match right under him and got the squawk to go right ceiling. Of course he was she. Of course she had to admit, I know better. No, you don't. Excuse me. If you knew better, you'd do better. I love it when they say, I know, you know, you're right. Well, if you know, I'm right, and you go for it in the first place. Members of this community, we have Jose, we have Mihajo, we have Valar, we have Jonathan, we have Kevin. These people are all, to a person, failures. Every single one of them has failed on the net. And nobody's going to be better off if no consideration changes hands. Nobody's going to heaven at all in any way, shape, or form. You understand? The deal is everything. Absolutely everything. Nothing as important as the deal. Mr. Gary, what do you think about that?
That is so very correct. It's if you don't make the offer, nobody's going to accept it, that's for sure.
If you start believing their palaver, it's what the State Department calls going native. When they send an ambassador to Ethiopia, and all of a sudden the reports read like they're coming out of the Ethiopian Foreign Ministry instead of the American Consular Service, they say, oh my God, Gary Smith has gone native. And they go over the book and they pull him right back to Washington and say, sit down, boy. You represent the United States of America. Now, Ethiopian foreign government, anyway. The minute it's called go native. And the minute I see any going there, come up and I'm going to speak. That's right. Because I am the knows all and does all. How many of you have resented? Oh, this is a trick question. If ever there was. How many of you resented someone I'd make a few little teensy suggestions in your behavior? Anybody ever get resentful? Mr. Smythe?
Oh, yes.
How many of you wanted this? How many of you said that damn Lant, he meddles and everything, he is a know-it-all. God, Lant, I'm going to get him one of these days. I'm going to jump on him in the black corner. I know what you think because Max tells me, and Max has a detailed surveillance unit set up in this house. I don't even know where it is myself. It's run by Max for the benefit of Max and he hates me. How many of you have said, oh, you are, oh, you know, I said, I love you, didn't honor Richard Moyer, Monsieur Richard. He is so conscientious. He wrote something on the screen the other day. He said, he made me sound like I was going to go to the senile society. He said, Dr. Lant, you need to go to bed. Excuse me? Who the hell is going to tell me at age 68 years old that I'm going to go to bed? I'm going to bed, but I'm already. It's been that way since I was 4. Gary, what about that? People sort of nudge me, nudge. Does that strike as weird? I read the thing. Are you kidding? You're telling me, Jeffrey L. Lant, par excellence, to go to bed? Get serious. What do you think about that? Would you? I would ask you a question. Would you ever take your life in your hand and write such a message on the screen about me?
No, but sometimes the topic does come up in this.
No kidding. Yeah, you know what makes me tired? Cleaning up mess from other people. That's what makes me tired. Oh my God. I feel like I'm a janitor in the Pentagon or something. All right, so here we have. Here's what we're coming out of this. We have Valdemar, we have Jonathan. All going to want to do it. To be very clear with you. Until the consideration passes from one hand to another, you've got squat. You've got nothing. You've got a Hallmark card. How much money can you get back on a Hallmark card? Zilch. Mr. Gary, do you believe when a perfect person, a guy named, I think his name was David Gillespie, he came in here. Oh my God, he was sweet. Oh, he loved us. Oh, Dr. Lant, oh, Mr. Smith, the way you look and the way you smell, I just love you to death. And then I said, okay, where's the color of your money? And I say, what's the color of your money? And being a good Germanic man that he was, he made it very clear that he was meant to see it or get the frig off the property. He was a man of few words, and every one of them an arrow in the heart of the weak and feckless. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? The money. Until you see the color of the money, you got nothing. You got nothing.
That's right.
Sir, comment.
Even if they're sitting on them, I do not count those chickens until I see that sale come up.
I don't even count them as chickens. I just said yet another cracked egg. Who makes sale after sale around here? Have you ever watched me make a sale and cringed at the way I do it? Have you? We're having a good old fashioned camp midgets meeting here. They used to call it a camp meeting. How many of you have cringed when you said, "Oh my God, brought the sale," but he made us look like car salesmen. Look like, oh my God, marketers. Oh, I want to be a star. I want to be the president of the United States. I want to be God, but I don't want to get my hands dirty with people. People are mean and vicious, and they they make necessary. How many of you have said that Lant, he made that sale, but he brought down the tenor of it. I wanted to come out of my couturier with my big tiara crown and be the queen of the May. What do you feel like? How many of you Lant brings down the tenor of our brilliant organization? You feel that way? Since we're letting it all hang out, folks.
No, I learned very early on that a couple of things that just to reiterate what you've already said, that they're all lying, and you make an offer, and how you do it, because my temperament has changed so much with the training that I've received. I don't believe anybody anymore.
And I say, I'm giving Gary 100 associates for that line. Mr. Gary, I'm going to put him in your account this afternoon. I'll give you 100 associates. You know, because buyers are liars. You can't believe. If you're sitting here going, Oh, yes, I met such a nice person, Dr. Lant. He told me the next Thursday he will certainly have the money. It's next Thursday, that's 3 weeks away. Well, I know, sir, but he didn't have any money, and the dog is having an appendectomy, and I don't know, his wife left him, and sir, I just, shut up! A, B, C. Does everybody get it? Can everybody please type measurement? I believe in ABC. I believe in ABC. Now, every one of you and I have come to shall we say, what my father used to call words. Did you have words with your brother, or with Kevin? I had nothing but words with Kevin all my whole life. What do you think? My younger brother, of course I would have pulverized it. That's what the older brothers do. They pride their siblings with grace and finesse. Come on, I'm not seeing everybody writing on the screen. I'm not seeing anything from Jose. I'm not seeing anything from Jonathan. I'm not seeing anything from Valdemar. Look at people. You're the losers. You guys are sitting up there and you don't have any money. I'm sitting here reading a Sotheby's club with prime silver of the colonial America with price tags of $100,000 and up. What's wrong with this picture? That you don't do it. Every single person must be asked and asked again, are you ready to place the ad now? Are you ready to place the ad now? Well, no. Why not? How many of you deal with the why not question? Everybody that we do the why nots? Oh, I am absolutely ferocious. What do you think, Gary? Have you seen me do the why not card?
I have seen the why not many times now.
And why
I've
do
learned
I
how to play
not?
it myself.
Oh, good. Tell the folks. Tell the people.
Just reiterate, their buyers are liars. If you don't make the offer, they're certainly not going to take it.
Do you know yesterday some prissy piece came in here and said, Doc, you are the rudest person I ever know. You think your audience must be very small, madam. If I am the rudest guy you know, you need to come to the ghetto and listen to the drug dealers and the prostitutes and the pimps and the police and the mayor. You need to listen to these people. Listen, I am a baker in vulgarity and rudeness compared to these people. I admit they are my superior. I wish I was as good as some of these critters. What do you think, Mr. Gary? You think that when you say and they throw that up and she said, I'm never going to come back to you again. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you a little story. One day I was on one of the big radio stations in Boston with my friend, the late David Hoy. He was a great friend of mine. And whoa, he was such a clever little boy. And he had a great audience. And one day I was on this program and it was the 10 to 2 a.m. slot. And there was a woman that called up on a call-in show and she said, oh, Jeffrey Lant, I can't stand you. You make me sick. You make me throw up. Everything you say is lousy crap. And David turned to me and said, who is that? I said, that's my wife. Unfortunately, we're getting a divorce, and I've taken up with a younger woman. I've abandoned her, and she's upset. Everyone knew in the audience that it was a lie, and the whole place came to a screech as the laughter cascaded across New England. Make it up, people. Play the game, people. Don't ever get past people. Be the nudge, people. What does a nudge do, Gary? What do you think a nudge should do? Am I not the quintessential nudgery? Am I not the nonchalance?
You've nudged me into a situation where I am unlike those ones that are sitting on the screen right now that aren't purchasing.
That is correct. I don't believe what everyone says. They're guilty. Listen to me, folks, and I'm a constitutional scholar. Guilty until proven innocent. I don't believe anything that Jose says. Jose or Shirley or Jonathan or Valdemar. As far as I'm concerned, guilty until proven innocent. Now, I have watched monitor after monitor go into it and say, well, they're such good people. Good people tell lies. Now, we're going to close the deal. Shailandra Kumar, how do you do? You know, son, I have to tell you, you're on Anything Goes, our daily program that takes place at 1 every day. What you say is going to be broadcast all over the world. Are you ready to copy? Because everything you say and do from this moment is going to be passed from Solar system to solar system. Whoa! What do you say? You're going to speak to me? I'm going to put some information on the screen. Yes, we've done it. Hello. Hey, hello, back to you too. Gary, which of our messages should you post at this point? Which of the many messages you have would you post right now?
The message was posted for Shalindra when she first came into the room. Now, let me tell you something. What I'm going to say is kind of shocking, but after all, I am an American historian. And one of the themes of American history is xenophobia. In case you don't know what it means, it's a word that means I hate people from any other place except my town. That's what xenophobia means. I hate you because I don't know anything about you, but I hate you anyway. Xenophobia masks. I got a message from one of our monitors who said, I don't want to deal with any foreigners from the Middle East. They're all terrorists. Really? Where did you get your information? Even Mac doesn't report that. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to them because they look, they smell, they do funny things with their bodies. So I said, excuse me, but what is it that you are asking me to do? Are you asking me to go over there to wave a wand and turn them all into Rotarians from Kansas City? Is this your goal? Because I said, I'm afraid I'm a porpoise. I'm merely a nudge. I'm not God. People, the money is in the rest of the world. Have you all noticed how much our traffic has gone up, how our sales are up? Have you noticed this? Where do you think that's coming from, sir? Where do you suppose all that good news is emanating? Well, it's emanating from the east. You know, with the announcement in India that the credit cards are now available to the masses, that just opened up a whole wide door. Now,
how many of you, and I want to look for some honesty, how many of you think that these foreigners smell bad, should behave better, should have better manners, better hygiene, that they shouldn't wear beards, and if they wear a turban, they should always have it cleaned by some take it to the cleaners before they put it on their dreadlocks? Anybody want this? Because I'm telling you, throughout American history, there's been a distinct strain of xenophobia, which culminated in 1840s with a political party called the Know Nothings. And whenever anyone said, "What's your platform?" they said, "I know nothing. I know nothing." They were virulently They were anti-Irish. That was the big one. And then they became anti-Italian. And then you get into Croatians. And my God, now we got Haitians and Mexicans. Oh my God, it's just too much to do. Okay. Listen, Shalindra Kumar, you have 2 courses here. I suggest that you click on the green box and watch the video. Would you do that? Because I'm going to bring you into this community. I love foreigners. See, I'm embracing. I don't care what you smell like. I don't care where you're from. I'm embracing. Can you feel my embrace? Oh, it's the embrace of the American Revolution, than which there is no pure American embrace. No. I'm it. Shade of the Pilgrims to Cambridge. That's me. So, Shalindra, are you there? I want you to click on the green box and watch the video. And Melinda the same, and Jose the same, and Valdemar. Now listen, how many of you are willing to as a nudge, I want to complain. I want to in a paper with the United Nations. It's tiring being a nudge. How many of you are willing to do a little self-nudgery? I want to integrate you to some self-nudge moves. Moves that you can do at home. They say little exercise programs. Here are some things you can do with your hips and your buttocks at home. What do you think I'm going to say? What do you say? Do you think, can we do a little self-nudgery here?
We certainly can try, I guess.
Let me tell you what, ultimately, I want to say, the first time that I met Gary Smith, I have to tell the story because it's such a good story. I read an article that he didn't like the precepts of what I wrote. Now listen, I've written thousands of articles. If I was waiting around for everyone to agree with every word I read, I'd publish a thing, I'd be scared. Everybody disagrees with what I write. You know why? Because I write intelligently, and most people are very intelligent. So anyway, Gary came over to me. He said, "I'm going to get you." What were your exact words now? Would you care to give your version of this story for posterity?
Oh, well, that was back in the days when I first met you, and let's take exception to the story because I realized the way your writing style, and now I've come to know that style, and all with a grain of salt.
Oh, gee, thanks. How about 2 grains of salt? I'm a big nudge now. I want 2 grains of salt. I don't just want 1. In other words, Gary came to the table and he prejudged me and he said, "You are a menace to civilization." Well, we've known it for almost 70 years. This is hardly news, folks. I've been civilization since I came out of the womb. My mother said I was humming the song from Captain Castillo, the Conquistadors. Oh, she said when you came out of the womb, she said you were humming that song from Captain from Castile. Okay, now what we're going to do here now is I'm insistent. Now, members, what should I do if I find a person, as I do almost every day, who isn't following directions? Let me give you this. If you believe, as I do, that Send D7 is a multi-million-dollar play, what would you do to a person found in the middle of the night or in the middle of the morning or at lunchtime, I don't care when, who wasn't, in fact, who didn't even know? I encountered 2 monitors last night, 2 who didn't even know that was a D7 key. I said, "Excuse me, don't
read their emails, that's for sure."
They don't read their emails. What would you say, members, to a person who is depleting your income by failing to follow simple instructions? Oh, that crux. We get to the crux of the matter. What would you say, Gary? What would you say to a person you saw him on and he wasn't using the Send D7 and he wasn't making the ABCs and he wasn't? What would you do?
It is my money.
It is your money. It is absolutely your money. So what are you going to do? Here's what most monitors do. They call me and say, they're like little second grade telling, "Hello, Dr. Lant. Someone is doing something bad in the, excuse me, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, but Dr. Lant, we know you're keeping strange air." Oh, I don't keep the hours that are that strange. How about us engaging in a pact together where we say in the most polite way imaginable that person should get off his hind legs and do it the way we're all supposed to do it? What do you think about that, Gary? Would you feel comfortable saying to a person, you don't even know what the D7 key is, you dope? You can leave off dope.
That's what the whisper key is for. And it's been done to me. If another monitor feels that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I have gotten whispers, and I wouldn't hesitate to send a whisper to somebody else. It is my money.
Hooray! Now there's a man who changed his point of view. Originally, he wanted to take an axe. He's probably got a couple of axes up there in Nova Scotia. They all have axes, up there. They got axes to grind. They need them. They all hated by wood. Yeah, he's probably want to take that axe and cut my head off. You've come a long way, baby. Remember those Virginia Slims commercials of many years ago? You've come a long way, baby. And so you have. Anybody else want to join the club? Can we all together band together in pursuit of our own money? Can we not let everyone open the, my father would say, "What do you want to do?" And try to heat the outdoors. Look, it'd be like a day like this in Illinois. You find my brother and I will have the windows open or something. "What are you doing? I'm not paying to heat the outdoors." How many of you will do the necessary to bring the gospel, according to Lant, to the world and make sure that these folks pay attention to the rules? How many of you will do that? Instead of saying, "I think I'll ask Dr. Lant. Nobody likes him anyway, so it doesn't matter if he's himself." Well, hell to you too.
Yeah, I just wonder how many monitors are sitting there and counting on their fingers the sales that were made on their behalf by the nudge.
Well, the nudge is all right. If the nudge makes money, it's like Richard Moyer. It's okay for you to make money for me. I accept that you're going to make money for me. But then go home and get out of my sight, friggin' moron. Okay, Uncle Richie, I'm ready to go to bed now. That was a new low, depending on whose point of view you took to listen to it. When he wrote that, I thought, well, my God almighty, I'm turning into Walter Brennan. I got to get a cane here and hobble across the stage. I love you, Richie, but that was... All right, let's do this. We're going to get an offer now. Gary, first I want you to read the special outreach offer on the screen, and we're going to talk a little bit more about it. And people, Franklin D. Roosevelt went to the Lincoln Memorial in 1935 or so to allow Marian Anderson, the famous black diva, to sing. The of the American Revolution said that being that she was a black woman, she could not be in, much less sing in, DAR Hall. And so the president opened up the Lincoln Mall and said, and his opening words were, fellow immigrants. And the ladies of the DR, oh, down. I'm a pilgrim, I'm not an immigrant. Immigrants are unwashed and unclean, they smell. Immigrants are the basis of our growth. The quicker you stretch out to them, and I'm not saying cater to them, I'm saying give them a fair deal. And if they don't give us a fair deal, then kick them out. I'm saying give them a fair deal. If you don't give you one back, kick them out. If Jose doesn't respond to me, you know what's going to happen to Jose? I'm going to put him in the Cuisinart. If Rand doesn't give me a good deal, doesn't speak to me, I'm going to put him in the Cuisinart too. Because it's got a lot. I hope it has a warranty. So Gary, read me that special outreach declaration. And everybody, I want you to waste the world. The world has the money that ought to be in your pocket. By God, I'm embracing the world. And you know what? You know, all know that I grew up in a home, no hugs. It was no hugs in Illinois. It was a no-hug policy. I'm hugging you. Wherever you are in the world, I'm loving you. You gave my picture, Gary? Read that declaration.
Yeah.
Oh, but Tom Marshall, there, Tom. You sit down, Tommy boy. You know, my father's name is Marshall. Donald Marshall Lant. So I have a precedent that I'm going to make you a deal, Thomas, that you are going to die for. But sit down and get in the way. Gary, read.
Okay. Special outreach for all Internet marketers from Asian, Far and Middle Eastern countries. Also for all Internet marketers from former Soviet bloc nations, South America and China. Now, Worldprofit gives you a very, very special welcome. If you want to profit on the Internet, we can help. To begin, you will require the $99.95 US dollars. If you do not have it, please advise Monitor at once. We may be able to assist. After arranging the necessary funds, click the Watch video. Watch carefully. Let the money finish. All of these directions, our traffic is heavy. We rely on cooperation and good manners, and will remove you from the room without them. If you're having trouble with the video, just click on the link, let it load completely, then press the play button. Or you can view the video on the following link. Turn here for the...
Now, here's the deal, and I want you all to reiterate this with me. This is the play. When I write copy, I write to make money. I don't write because I have nothing better to do. I have plenty of better things to do. I wrote these words, and every word is pure gold. Do I believe that the money's in the East? Yes. Do I believe it's in Central Asia? Yes. Do I believe that it's in Jordan and Palestine? Yes, I do. Do I believe that it's in Rio de Janeiro? Yes, I do. And I'm going to do this. We are going to go there together, or we're going to leave you beside of the road. The little hyena barks, the great caravan passes by. Who's going to go on this caravan with me? Which monitors are going to come with me? That's using this message, and using it, and using it, and using it, and wear it out, if that's possible. Gary, do you think that this is a multi-million dollar play with organizing the East, bringing them into our society? Do you think that's a multi-million dollar play? Because I do.
Anybody that is at all current events knows that it's a multi-million dollar venture there.
Now, Salandra Kumar, sit down, and we're going to get to you in just a minute. Go ahead, Gary.
I was just going to say that the East and the all the have-not countries are now coming on to the forefront and the internet is opening up the world. It's wide open now. There is nowhere on God's little green earth that does not have internet access of some description.
And that means there is no place on this earth where we cannot make money. The only reason we won't make money is because somebody says, I don't want to deal with foreigners. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And if I see any evidence of xenophobia, I'm going to do something that you're not going to like. Because I know that my money can be filled with money in my pockets. And that's where it should be. And every one of us is the same. We can build lucrative relationships. And I'm going to sing you a little song. We three kings of Orient are traveling. You get the picture? This move towards the east has been going on for thousands of years. And I, for one, am seizing this moment of unbelievable optimism, unbelievable opportunity, and you either come with me or you watch me do it. Who's coming with me? I'm not afraid to go alone, but I don't think I'm going to have. I know Mr. Gary's going to want to come. First of all, he loves me now. He does. He might have met him one time. He might not have been able to say that, but he does now. Are you coming with me on this trek to money? You coming on this to the east with me?
I am a believer. I am a believer.
Oh, there's a song that says I am a believer.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Tom, Marshall, you coming with me? Yo, you coming with me? Melinda, you coming with me? Jose? I'm not just talking to the monitors. I'm talking to every person in this room. Are you coming with me? Because this is the thing. I know where I'm going, and I know I'm going to get there. And I got Mr. Kosh. I've got Miss Hunter. I've got all the monitors. I've got Max. I've got everything I need except for you. And if you make it difficult, well, we'll just toss you the pond and blow you up. I'm a man of no sentiment when money is concerned. Gary, I want you to read the offer. We're going to make this splendid offer to Jose, Linda, and Yoro, and Tom, and Valdemar. This is for you folks. Listen well. We're making you a spectacular offer. Gary, read away.
Okay. You fit our silver membership presentation. Great. Then you already know the awesome offer we got if you order in the next 10 minutes. You'll get that $1,500 bonus offer made in a video. Plus, you can e-blast any website you're offered to 90,000 of our subscribers every single month. You get over 500 landing pages, over 1,500 real traffic sources. Also, our monitors will start closing the sales for you today without ever charging anything. Finally, your commission earnings are from 20 to 100%. So this offer is made once and once only. Wait, there's still more. This is absolutely spectacular. A money machine. Now you can have your very own 50,000 product Amazon store on your site. That's worth $397. Now you will be one of the first, the very first, anywhere in the world with this incredible feature. Moreover, we will train you in detail how to squeeze the most money from this store. This comes with our highest recommendation, and quite frankly, you'd be crazy not to grab it. Click on the bright red box and order now. Your Amazon store is included. Bonus also includes 50 associate members placed under you immediately. If you upgrade to your silver membership now, you'll get over 500 landing pages, 1,500 real traffic sources, sales closing 24 hours a day, over 100 training lessons, 50 members placed under you immediately, e-blast to 90,000 per month, over 100,000 ad credits month, 3 Facebook marketing courses on how to generate thousands of leads using Facebook marketing tactics. Remember, you can use these resources to generate leads and traffic for any business. Upgrade to silver.
Well, no, you don't. Good, I'm glad you don't. Go on, keep those time religion flowing.
Okay.
Tom Marshall, would you please sit down and do Gary Smith the courtesy of listening to him? You don't know squat about the internet, and he knows a hell of a lot. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Oh, God almighty. That's an old reason. Sit down, sit down, your remote, guys and dolls. Go on, Gary.
On your way to earning consistent income now. Your package includes traffic, leads, trusted advertising sources, comprehensive online trade program, sales closing assistance 24 hours a day. Now, no other company offers you this. Worldprofit's ironclad backing is based on our 20-plus years of business. Upgrade to silver membership now to receive the bonus with all privileges and exclusive freebies.
Now, I'm going to add to that. Here's the next part. For all you tiddlers up there who think you want to make money, and I'm going to call your bluff. I'm going to give each of you, not customers, I'm going to give you 100 apiece. So long as your order is in by the time this program, we're at the top of the hour. If you are a member of Worldprofit by that time, by clicking the bright red box that says order now, I'm going to give you a free copy of my book. And I want to say this, it's not my 19th ebook, it's my 19th book. Some are ebooks, most are not. Ain't no fashion where I like pages. And I'm going to give each of you 100 customers. 100 customers as well as that marvelous book for $29.95 available at Amazon.com. Now, we're going to go through the list of people on this list, Mr. Gary, and we are going to call out the sheep votes. Ready? Get going here?
Okay. Andrew is on the order form. Tom is on order form. Valdemar is on a one-time offer. Excellent offer. Tom keeps asking questions. No, there is not a 7-day free trial.
Okay, Tom, you're missing the whole point. And the only reason I'm going to help you is because your name is Marshall. Tom Marshall. And my sire's name is Donald Marshall Lant. And our cousin, who may also be your cousin, is the Great Chief Justice of the United States, Justice Marshall, and also George Caitlin Marshall, the chief soldier of the American Army in World War II. Those are, listen to me, Tom Marshall, it's going to cost you $99.95. Are you going to poop out? Because if you're going to do it, then we want you to do it right here. I want you to make a liquid fool of yourself right here in front of everyone. Can you oblige me? Come in and make money or make yourself a fool. What's it going to be? Calling on Tom Marshall to get with the program. We're going to give him absolutely everything he wants. And let me say this again, absolutely everything. Let me say it again, absolutely everything. What part of absolutely everything do you not grasp? I had a guy that came in here and said, well, do you have this? What part of everything do you fail to grasp, you ninny? Tom, it's going to cost you $100. What do you want to do about that? Get my cursor up here. Right through this list of people and cull the list. We are not under any obligation to help the helpless. Okay, Yara, you are the next one to be going. You need to click on the green box and watch the video. Do you have persuaded me? But I don't have. Well, you know what, Mr. Marshall? I'm going to solve that problem too, because I am the nudge. I am the chief nudge, the holy nudge, the diadem nudge, the pope of nudgery. Listen to me, listen to me. Where do you live, and how much money have you got right now in your little hot little hand? Where do you live? How much money have you got towards that $100 right now? And members, I know you don't like to get down in the mud, and you don't like to get all your fingers dirty. Make your fingers dirty. Make your hands dirty. Make your body. That's why they have showers. Buy yourself some Lye soap. Now, Mr. Marshall, where are you located, and how much money have you got towards the $100 you're going to need? I'm going to solve this problem right now. I'm doing what we call at Harvard a teaching moment. You can imagine why I was so electrifying. Whoa! I swear somebody's plugged me in today. Tom Marshall, how much have you got? Where do you live? The Yarrow is going to go next. And next one will be Andrew Less. Andrew Less, it's time for you to join us. We're going to give you 2 minutes. If you don't join us within 2 minutes, out you go. And by the way, you have 9 minutes to place the order now. 9 minutes. And that is dice. Well, Tom Marshall, what are you doing? Do you know where you live? Yes or no? Sometimes I really wonder. This, thank God, I was never a social worker. Sandy was a social worker. She had never been a god. I was from the snow, right, left, and center. Tom Marshall, are you going to talk to me or what?
Tom has pulled up stakes.
He's gone. Good. One less to worry about. Andrew, Luis, you need to speak to me. And Majed, you need to speak to me right now. Gentlemen, you are going to be bopped out of this place in 8 minutes. 8 minutes. So if you want to get our benefit, click that red box and order now. Folks, I want to remind you, the horrors of Asia, the yellow peril, these are expressions from the past, our Canadian history past, our U.S. history past. People have always been concerned about the numbers of Asians. I want them to be 3 times as many. So long as I can dig in and scoop up the gold coins. What do you say, Gary? Are you ready to be a pasha with me? Whoa, you would be such a good pasha.
Yes, yes, yes.
And let me say this too. Let's have some fun, shall we? Some of you, you're sleeping with Godzilla. Get over it. This is the privilege of life. It is a privilege to be in touch with George Cox. It is a true privilege. I'm not those united and egotistical and arrogant that I don't recognize. He's a privilege that I got in my life. And he shared himself with all of you too. It's a privilege. Sandy Hunter, it's a privilege to have her associated. And I'm so grateful. My father on his deathbed said, be good to George and Sandy. Be good to George and Sandy. Maybe he says, kind of like, or else you'll fall down the stairs all by your own. Be good to George and Sandy, he said. When a person's dying and they say that, you have to take that with great seriousness, right?
Yes.
I am good to them, and they're good to me too. Now, we're waiting. Konstantin, Nekula, Yarrow. Gary, who do you want to kick off now? It's time to get rid of somebody. We're going to clean this board up in the next 7 minutes. Good. Yarrow, beat it. Now, for all you bleeding heart liberals who call them 7 times, 17 times, 37 times, stop it! They heard you the first time. Do 1, do 2, do 3 if you're feeling luxurious. Then get rid of them. I will not have my monitor's precious time, the most important thing of all for all of us, wasted by dealing with people who are not fit for discussion. Whoa! Anybody disagree with me? Anybody disagree with me on that? Do you want to cater to the lowest ones, the ones that are the rudest to you, the least cooperative to you, Gary?
No. If they don't have courtesy to respond and communicate, I have no reason to keep them here. Eh? Well, you know what? You ought to come around with me. Arm in arm. We'll go to all the stations of the cross tonight, and we'll see all the monitors. This one will be calling them. It's hello. I've been calling you 37 times. What's wrong with this picture? Have you think you're immortal? Do you think you're eternal? I'm not immortal. I'm not eternal, and I want the money now. If I can't see an opening to make the deal, I don't want to have that person around. I don't like people who stand in the front of the deal and squash it. What do you say? Anybody agree with me? We have Mr. Momin. We have Vladimir Koster, who's been here a million times. Get rid of Vladimir. Get rid of Vladimir. Vladimir is a pest. And you don't need, or maybe you do. Do you need me to tell you what it looks like in a pest? Do you need me to come up with some, like big posters? This is what a pest looks like. This is what a pest talks like. Do you need me to do that, chiquitos? Because if you do, I'm going to tell you. Make your own posters. Make your own posters, Mark Wallen. As you get a little bit more experience, you get to know where the looky-loos are, and you just get rid of them. It just clutters the room. Unless you're awful lonely in the middle of the night. Talk to yourself. If you're that lonely, I'll give you the number of an escort service in Boston. You can make the best deal you can in difficult circumstances. I didn't say that, folks. It was Max. He made me do it. We're going to bring up Patrice Porter. Gary's going to go down for a minute. I'm going to bring up Patrice to say Gary's going to come back, and we're going to finish off today's program. Hey, listen, if you got value out of today's program, tell me. Put a little note on the bottom of the screen there. It won't hurt you to say something nice. I want to see the love. Miss Patrice Porter is coming up. She's always a sane presence.
She's always very evenly balanced. That's why I have to scream at her.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I got lots of nudging from you,
So what did you think about today's program, Missy?
Excellent, and strengthening that point to always be closing. And I know I've let a few get away, opening the gates and not always be closing. And your nudging has carried me far, far along on the path here to. And because I believe in this opportunity we have here, I want to share it. I want to share it with people all over the world and open it up to them too. And if you want to check the replay of today's program, it'll be on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter and on our new World Profit Tube at www.worldprofittube.com. And you can check out some earlier ones at the YouTube channel Pat Porter, and check my Home Business Central at www.20waystoprofit.com. And I've used the tools and resources from World Profit here to help people create abundance by gardening at www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com. And with that, I'll say my adieus, and I'll see you on the next Anything Goes, 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.
Richard, bottom dollar. Gary, come up with your last words as we close out this edition of Anything Goes, which has been a rip-roaring firecracker. I think you'll all agree. Gary, what are your chosen words to end the program today?
It is, there's all kinds of things that come to mind, like the early bird gets the worm. Just any of those things that you can say. But if you don't take action, you don't go ahead. That's bottom line.
Now let me just clear off this program today by saying this. There have been many plays on the internet. When the internet was an arid desert and George Kosh came to me and said, "Would you like to join my trek?" And I said, I'm going to ask you one question. Is there any money in this thing? He said, more than you can ever imagine. That was a historic moment. I sensed the same thing, this move to the east, empowering millions and millions and millions and millions of people all over the globe who live in poverty, whose countries are a joke, whose treasury systems are a menace, who have Ebola, who have civil war and military dictatorships. These people need us, and we need them. And I for one, am going to lead the crusade. I'm a hell of a good time. People, in case you haven't figured that out, I'm having a good time. This is going to be one phenomenal year. Join us now. Enjoy the ride. Make the money. Have a good time. Or sit there and watch it, because we're going to be doing this on my desk for all I care. This is Dr. Jeffrey Lant signing off from Cambridge, Massachusetts, where the temperature is rising, not just outside, but here too at World Profit. Come on back down tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, tomorrow and every day, and join us now. We've got a great deal on the floor for you. And Gary will leave the for you. Hopefully some of these will are not just beats. If they are, you know what? Toss them. There's another more fish in the sea than there's come on. And that